All right, here we go. So I gave it about a week now. I gave it about a week to make my video here on Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey, that is. Now, as you guys know, I'm not the biggest UFC guy. Don't know as much. So that's why I gave it a week to really hear some other opinions and what the facts were, and to then give my 2 cents on her career and what I think her future is. I watched more of UFC, '07, '08. I loved Lyoto Machida, the Ultimate Fighter, Evans versus fucking guy with the big head, Quentin Rampage Jackson, and it was another one. It was another good one. I think the one with Kimbo, I think I watched also. Or is that the same one? Is that the same? I don't know. Whatever it is. So I just couldn't stay with UFC because I'm more of a boxer. I know more boxing. I know more boxing. Keeping up with NBA, college NBA, trying to keep up with college football, baseball, all the professional, NHL, Premier League. So it's hard for me to keep up with all of that personal life, all that stuff. So I just didn't. I watched Brock's last fight and things like that. So I know the names, and when it comes to the women's division, I know less. And I always thought from here, even from then to now, I always thought that, or at least I shouldn't say now, I always thought that Ronda Rousey was good. I can't say amazing or great, and hear me out because of this. I didn't know, I wasn't watching it, but from what I was watching, as in terms of highlights and what I was hearing, she was good. Like, I didn't know, I would see her highlights and I'm like, you have to be good to do what she was doing. But I always question, I'm like, well, is the women she's going against, is that real competition? Like, are they putting her up against, is it cherry picking, or is those the real, like, are those the top contenders in the women's division? I didn't know because I didn't watch the sport. I knew the name Liz. Oh shit, I'm just forgetting everyone's name. Liz with like a C or something like that. Kat Zagano. I know her name for some reason. And then when I bought the UFC game for Xbox One, the very first one that came out, I kind of was able to put a face to Kat Zagano's name in a way. And I know who Miesha Tate was because I seen the highlights and I seen that they have fought twice. And Miesha Tate is like on every list of the hottest UFC women. So I know who Miesha Tate is. And from what I know, or I think, Miesha Tate is one of the best. But she's retired or something like that right now, right? So I always question, I'm like, to do what Ronda Rousey was doing, you have to be good. And, I left it at that. I didn't say she was great. If you would have asked me, I'm like, well, Ronda Rousey, that's pretty much all I know. That's what everyone that watches the sport talks about. I see her highlights and I see what she's doing. I don't see any other women's highlights. So that's it. I was into Gina Carano and watching her stuff and things like that. But that's about it. That's all the women's, mixed martial arts knowledge I really have or, understand. But when it kind of turned for me is when, people were saying she would beat Floyd Mayweather. I always knew she would never beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match. She never would beat him in the octagon. People will say, sure, in a boxing match, but not in the octagon. I say this is the reason why she would never beat him in the octagon. Is because of her last two fights. Where we pretend to, or we forget to think that Floyd is not the best baseball player. He's not the best basketball player. He's the best boxer. He himself is a fighter in his own sport of just hands. And in the UFC, you can use boxing. Now, I just thought from a physical standpoint, as Mayweather outweighs Ronda Rousey 15 to 20 pounds, probably an inch or two taller, and this guy as good as shape as any other male in his sport, there's no way that she can really take him down to do what she needs to do in terms of an armbar and things like that. Now, that's what I always thought. And when I seen that she really believed it, and when I seen her attack him over the little SB she got or whatever, and that's when I was done with her. Now, I'm not going to talk about the Holly Holm fight, or I'm not going to break that down. We all seen what happened. But what I think, as in terms of her future, I don't think it's a Hollywood way. She's not going, it's not going to happen. I seen her in Furious 7. She was awful. They just threw her in there because she was Ronda Rousey, and she was a beast at what she was doing. And that's why she got movie roles, because of what she was doing in the octagon. I think her last 2 losses kind of dimmed her star, her shine, the thing about her that everyone loved. I think that's kind of dim now, if not broken. And she's not the best actress as of right now. So I don't think the Hollywood way is going. And I think that her mindset after her very first Holly Holm fight. Now, the second fight just seemed like she was not even going to compete. That she was in there for her $3 million that she got. From what I see. And anyone else, I would say UFC is all they have. They don't have anything else. UFC is all they have. And I would probably say the same thing if Ronda Rousey didn't take such a layoff from the Holly Holm fight to the Amanda Nunes fight. But she took off so much time because her mentor was gone. She was embarrassed after the Holly Holm fight. So I don't think, especially after this Amanda Nunes fight, I don't think she's going to get back in the octagon. I don't think she's there mentally. I don't think she may ever be there mentally. And Hollywood is not going to happen. So the only thing I really see left for Ronda Rousey is the WWE. I think she will go to the WWE. I think she will have a deal like a Brock Lesnar, maybe not in terms of the money Brock Lesnar gets. She may get the time, as in terms of the dates. She may work just big pay-per-views, and that's it. They may put the women's strap on her. They may put the championship belt on her, and that's it. And I mean, she's gonna probably make $500,000, $750,000. Maybe Ronda Rousey may even make up to $1 million to work 5 nights, 6 nights. That's it. She may make up from $5 to $1 million to work 6 nights, where 3 of the nights she has to get in the ring and sweat. And I say, hey, if you can get that kind of deal, take it. But I don't see her going to do these movies. I don't see that happening at all. But those are just my thoughts. Get in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. What do you see in the future of Ronda Rousey? And if I was wrong about my UFC knowledge and you're a UFC fan, let me know. Get in the comment section. Let me know. Check the playlist for movie reviews and other sports content. Till the next video, I'm out.